Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Now, what is the information now we are going to take now? In a previous video, we discussed now that is in order to creation of recombinant DNA. In order to creation of recombinant DNA, so what is the thing we have seen? So we have to take or we have to choose the alien DNA or foreign DNA, and one plasmid is required. Suppose if you take that plasmid for the transfer of our foreign gene means, so in that particular case, that plasmid we can be taken as vector. One important point I have given in a previous video, that is so we have to cut the foreign gene DNA as well as plasmid DNA with same restriction enzyme I said now. So from there onwards, try to concentrate. Okay. Now cutting off DNA at a specific location. One more time. Cutting off DNA at specific locations become possible with the discovery of the which one? Molecular scissors, or these molecular scissors we will be calling as restriction enzymes. So now here cutting of DNA at specific locations, definitely it has been possible or become possible only with the discovery of molecular scissors or restriction enzymes. So means here we have seen what we have seen. So definitely the DNA means of foreign DNA as well as a plasmid DNA we have to cut with same restriction enzyme. So here the same restriction, these restriction enzymes only we are calling by one more name, molecular scissors. Don't forget important point. Next one, the cut piece of DNA was then linked with the plasmid DNA. So already I told you, so cut DNA piece or piece of DNA means here foreign DNA you can be taken. So this particular foreign DNA now we are getting linked with the plasmid DNA. So this plasmid DNA acts as a vector. Now you see there. So this plasmid DNA means what is a DNA or what is a foreign DNA we are giving attachment with the plasmid DNA. Now that particular plasmid DNA now we can be taken as a vector. So why this one definitely helps to transfer the piece of DNA attached to it. So means this particular vector now it has one foreign gene. So this vector now it has the capability or this particular one, so to the transfer of a foreign gene attached to it into the organism or host organism. Okay, for example, so this one, so in 2 points or in 2 or 3 points, what is information I have given now? One foreign gene we are taking, that foreign gene now we are getting attachment with the plasmid DNA. So this plasmid DNA now we can be taken as a vector. So what is the use of a vector means? Definitely this vector can act as a vehicle. So this particular vehicle, through this vehicle we can transfer the foreign gene into the host organism. So one more time, one foreign gene is there. So that foreign gene now we are incorporating into the plasmid. So now this plasmid we are calling as a vector. This particular vector is acting as a vehicle. It is acting as a vehicle. Suppose if we would like to go from the one place to another place means, so or from one village to another village, we will use public transport. Likewise here also what is the thing now? Here if you would like to transfer any kind of a foreign gene from the one place to or one organism to another organism, so definitely we can be used plasmid DNA. So this particular plasmid DNA only we will be calling as. Now if you select any kind of a plasmid DNA for the transfer of a foreign gene, so that particular plasmid we can be taken as vector. Through the vector our plasmid we can be or our foreign gene we can be transported into the, or we can transfer into the new host. So for example mosquito information you see there, mosquito acts as an insect vector to the transfer of a malarial parasite into the human body. Means here when this mosquito, for example mosquito, let me take that example, mosquito that will move from the one place to another place or from one human body to another human body. So while this mosquito is moving on, so definitely it transfers, means this particular mosquito is acting as a vector to transfer the malarial parasite, malarial parasite from one human to another human. I hope so at least you understood this entire explanation because of this example. I hope I'll thinking like that. Suppose till now you are unable to understand this one, no worry, in classroom definitely I'll explain. Next one, in the same way the plasmid can be used as a vector to deliver a foreign piece of the DNA into the host organism. So till now we have learned this one only. Next one, the linking of antibiotic resistant gene. Till now I said no, foreign gene or alien gene, likewise we see now that particular gene definitely having antibiotic resistance. Don't forget, definitely suppose if you are taking any kind of a foreign gene, no, definitely that particular foreign gene consisting of antibiotic resistance. So this particular gene with the plasmid vector, how we can link up? Now you see there the linking of antibiotic resistant genes with the plasmid vector become possible with the enzyme known as DNA ligase. DNA ligase. So which acts on cut DNA molecules and joins their ends. So what is the importance of this DNA ligase? No? So when we are in a first standard, in +1 standard, in enzymes classification I have given DNA ligase enzyme that may be useful for the linking of DNA molecules. Two molecules definitely we can be joined together with the presence of DNA ligase enzyme. Likewise I said no, so same function only. So which acts on cut DNA molecules, you see there cut DNA molecules and joins, JOINS, it is not appearing clearly, joins their ends. So thereby this makes a new combination of a circular autonomously replicating DNA, or this makes the new DNA. So that particular new DNA only we will be doing in vitro conditions, in vitro conditions, in laboratory conditions. So definitely, so such particular DNA we will be calling as recombinant DNA. Now my dear students, what is the information now I am going to give you is one foreign gene is there, so that one foreign gene we have taken from the one particular kind of organism. Now we are incorporating into the plasmid, that particular plasmid is acting as a vector. Now here what is the thing is happening? Now when we are going to insert our foreign gene into the plasmid, now here both the DNA fragments we are taking between the DNA fragments, so we have to give link. So that particular link how we can give so definitely we can attach two different types of DNA fragments together with the help of DNA ligase enzyme. So finally definitely which one formation takes place? Recombinant DNA formation takes place. Why? Because already in the first video itself I have given information, recombinant DNA is nothing but the combination of two different types of genetic sequences or the DNA sequences. Next one, when this DNA transferred into the E. coli. So here now let us transfer this particular gene into the E. coli, a bacterium. E. coli is a bacterium closely related to the Salmonella. So why? Because first of all there are two members of scientists, one is Herbert Boyer and Cohen we have seen now. Cohen and Boyer, they have been constructed which one? Recombinant DNA first in 1972 by using of Salmonella. So that one only now we are going to introduce into the E. coli. Sir, why sir Salmonella bacteria and E. coli? So here the plasmid we have been taken from the Salmonella, now we are introducing into the E. coli. Why we are introducing like that means, so here between the here I have written or not, what is the important point now. So these two are very close related organisms. So let us move forward. So let us search that point. So that could be replicate using of new host DNA polymerase enzyme and make multiple copies. So while explanation of molecular basis of inheritance chapter, now I have given DNA polymerase enzyme. DNA polymerase enzyme. So we have seen now, did we see or not? So means when DNA replication is going on, definitely template DNA is template DNA strands, definitely so produces which one newly synthesized strand with the help of DNA polymerase enzyme. So their polymerization process taking place from the 5' to 3'. Likewise we have seen now. So that information, so same kind of enzyme only. Now it could replicate using of a new host, that is new host DNA polymerase enzyme, and make some multiple copies. So here first of all we are incorporating our foreign gene into the E. coli, a bacteria, and it is closely related to the Salmonella. Now you see there, closely related to the Salmonella. That's why even though we have taken a plasmid from the Salmonella, we can incorporate it into the E. coli. Why? Because these two are closely related. No problem, nothing will be happen. It could be replicate. Which one? So what is a plasmid or a vector consisting of our foreign gene? So that one, that entire structure that could replicate using new host. New hosts DNA polymerase enzyme means, so new host means who is that? E. coli. So in E. coli DNA polymerase enzyme, by using of that one, our foreign gene is there now. Our foreign gene is there in plasmid, that will be multiplied and make multiple copies. So this point is important. Next one, the ability to multiply copies of antibiotic resistant gene in E. coli was known as cloning. So already I have given this one. So ability of multiply copies of antibiotic resistant gene in E. coli was cloning of antibiotic resistant gene in E. coli. So here 2 times I have written. So here just up to here, up to the red mark, you can try to remember. So antibiotic resistant gene in E. coli or multiple copies of antibiotic resistant gene is known as cloning. Cloning. So in this particular case, what is the point? Now the ability to multiply copies of antibiotic resistant gene in E. coli is nothing but cloning. So this point already I have given in a previous video also. Now next one is, so 3 basic steps of genetic engineering or genetically modifying an organism. Means in order to obtaining of genetically modified organism, so definitely we need to follow 3 basic steps. So 3 basic steps. Now let us learn those steps now. So first one is identification of DNA with desirable genes. Now so till now we have seen now what is information we have seen. So definitely recombinant DNA formation, we have to do that particular DNA, we have to incorporate into the host. So within the host, that particular foreign gene will be multiplied. Likewise we have seen. So for that, in order to obtaining of such kind of information, so definitely we have to follow the 3 basic steps. So first one is identification of DNA with the desirable genes. Now what is a desirable gene, or where the desirable genes are there? Likewise we have to search in every organism. Once the desirable genes are found by you, so at the time you can start the genetic engineering process. So now first of all, identification is important of any particular DNA with desirable characters, wanted characters simply. Next one, introduction of identified or introduction of the which one identified DNA into the host cell. Now introducing, so definitely we have to introduce this identified DNA or the foreign DNA into the host. And next one, the maintenance of introduced DNA into the host and the transfer of the DNA into its progeny. So third one is we have to maintain. So which one we have to maintain? Introducing of DNA into the host. So first of all, our foreign gene is introduced into the host or not, we have to concentrate. Once suppose our foreign gene is introduced into the host, there definitely the foreign gene is going to be entered into the progeny or not. So in this particular case, third one, what is the point now I am going to give you is maintenance of introduced DNA into the host and the transfer of the DNA into its progeny, each and everything we have to maintain. So then only the particular foreign gene, so that will be entered into the host, from the host to later that will be shifted or that will be transferred to its progeny. So now for doing of this entire processes or these three basic steps, now what are the main important things or what are the tools are required means, so now you see there are different types of tools are required for the recombinant DNA technology. Now tools of recombinant DNA technology. So first one is restriction enzymes. Simply I have written so RE is nothing but restriction enzymes. Next one polymerase enzyme. Next one ligase enzyme. Next one vectors required. Next one host organism are required or host organism is required. Now one more time, there are different types of tools are there: restriction enzyme, polymerase enzyme, DNA ligase enzyme, vectors are required as well as host organism is required. Now let us see one by one. So first one is restriction enzymes. Now restriction enzymes information even public examination point of view is also important. Concentrate well. Now restriction enzymes in 1963, two enzymes responsible to the restricting the growth of bacteriophage in E. coli were isolated. Now, so what is the information they have seen in 1963? Scientists they have observed what they have observed. No, two enzymes are responsible. So two enzymes are responsible for the restricting the growth of bacteriophage. So in the E. coli. So shapes concerned. So bacteriophage is virus. Bacteriophage means is a virus. First of all, bacteriophage meaning the virus which infects the bacteria. Bacteriophage means virus which infects the bacteria. We can be taken as a bacteriophage. Now structure is concerned, so bacteriophage means virus I said now. So this particular virus is very smaller than the bacteria. So in this particular case, definitely we can keep this bacteriophage in the E. coli. So when this bacteriophage is present in the E. coli, so there are two enzymes. So there are two different types of enzymes are there in E. coli, and they didn't accept the growth of bacteriophage, means simply restricted. You should not grow up likewise. So you should not grow up likewise when these two different types of enzymes are restricted. No, so that kind of a phenomenon, that kind of a thing they have observed in 1963. So now there in two different types of enzymes. First one's information. One of these added methyl groups to DNA. So one of these added methyl groups to DNA. So here by reading only we can understand. So one of these added methyl groups to DNA, and the second one, while other one cut DNA called restriction endonuclease. So first one not that much important in concern of this chapter, but NEET examination point of view, if you like to remember, you can remember. First one added, or one of these added methyl groups to DNA. Added methyl groups to DNA, and the second one is acting as, or it is cut the DNA. So when they have observed this one, so they have given a name. It has the capability to cut the DNA. So likewise that particular enzyme name, so they have given as restriction endonuclease. So don't forget restriction endonuclease. Now, so let us start to learn the one particular restriction enzyme or the characters of the restriction enzyme. The first restriction endonuclease is HindII. Don't forget first restriction endonuclease is HindII, whose functioning dependent on the specific DNA nucleotide sequence was isolated and characterized 5 years later. Now some more information I will explain. So first of all, this particular HindII enzyme, first restriction endonuclease enzyme is HindII enzyme, and what is the importance of this HindII? No, so this particular HindII functioning, so dependently dependent on the specific DNA nucleotide sequence. What is the meaning? No, suppose if any particular restriction enzyme is there, definitely it has, or that particular restriction enzyme has one specific sequence. So suppose if you take a very huge length of DNA, so there if you are using any particular enzyme for cutting of that particular DNA, after using of that particular enzyme, that enzyme will go and check its specific sequence. Means suppose that particular specific sequence is not there in that particular length of DNA, so it won't cut that. So means for the cutting of for the breaking of any kind of genetic material or the DNA nucleotide sequence, there one particular sequence must be there related to of that particular restriction enzyme. Suppose so particular sequence is not there, even though if you use this particular restriction enzyme will not cut any kind of sequence. Means what is the point now we are understanding once you see there? HindII whose functioning dependent on the specific DNA nucleotide sequence. Definitely for the cutting of any kind of DNA sequence, definitely which one is required? Specific sequence must be there. So and they have isolated and characterized after 5 years later, means they have discovered very soon only, but studying of that or characters and functioning and information of that one, information of HindII. So for the studying of such kind of characters, they have studied or they took 5 years time. So this point also important, try to save in your mind. Next to HindII cut at specific sequence of 6 base pairs. So here normally I said no, so definitely HindII only cut at specific sequence of 6 base pairs. Likewise definitely where 6 base pairs are present together now with the specific sequence, then there only this particular HindII enzyme will cut the particular DNA. Next one, specific sequence is also known as recognition sequence. Now this particular specific sequence we will be calling by one more name, recognition sequence. So this point also important. Next one, beside to the HindII, so beside to the HindII today we know more than 900 restriction enzymes. So there are 900 restriction enzymes are there. So these 900 restriction enzymes that have been isolated from over 230 strains of bacteria. First of all, first discovered restriction enzyme is HindII. After restriction enzyme, now today how many number of restriction enzymes are there? 900 restriction enzymes are there. All these 900 restriction enzymes, they have been isolated from the 230 strains of bacteria. Strains means that's very well types. 230 strains of bacteria means from the 230 strains of bacteria, they have isolated more than 900 restriction or more than 900 restriction enzymes. But first discovered one is HindII. Don't forget, that is a NEET examination point of view important. Next one, naming of these enzymes. So in this particular case, let us take one example. So here you come. So this is an example. So eco R1. This 1 is there, no? That's Roman letter. Eco R1. Okay. Now their naming of these enzymes. So first letter of the name comes from the genus. Genus species. So while writing binomial name, we will write now genus and species. So their first name means, for example, E. E is there, no? Here E is or that indicates a genus. Okay. Next one, second 2 letters come from the species. So means here you see there CO. Okay, CO is where species. First letter E, genus, second letter species. Means in this particular case, I hope you understood this one. Eucoron comes from the Escherichia coli. Now here, instead of writing of this entire Escherichia, just we have written as just E. Okay. Next one, coli, we have written only co. That's why here the particular enzyme name is EcoR. R is nothing but where is the answer information now? The letter R that derived from the name of the strain. So here the name of the strain that indicates, or for that we have given R. Next one I. So I you see there. Now Roman letters are following the names that indicates order in which the enzymes were isolated from that the strains of the bacteria. So in this particular case, one more information, what is that? Roman letter which indicates, Roman letters which gives, so from where we have isolated the bacteria strain, so that gives information. Means in this particular case, no, this particular EcoR1 enzyme we have been isolated from the Escherichia coli RY13. Don't forget important point. So EcoR1 comes from the or came from the EcoR1 or Escherichia coli RY13. So there Escherichia coli or EcoR1 specific recognition sequence is GAA-TTC. So in the next class I will give you so that information. Now here, now you see that restriction enzymes. Now these restriction enzymes belongs to the large class. So here onwards important. So all these restriction enzymes belongs to the large class. This large class name is nuclease. One more time. All these restriction enzymes or simply restriction enzymes belongs to the large class. That particular class name is nuclease. So here in this these restriction enzymes, so two types of restriction enzymes are there. So two types of restriction enzymes are there. So first one is exonuclease and the second one is endonuclease. First one exonuclease, second one endonuclease. Now exonuclease, sir, what is the importance of exonuclease enzyme? Means that cut the DNA at ends, that cut the DNA at ending sequences, whereas endonuclease that cuts at specific locations at the center of the DNA sequences. So diagrams in the next class I will give you. So but in this particular video, what is the point I am asking to remember means restriction enzymes or belongs to the large class, and now restriction enzymes are divided into two types. First one is exonuclease enzyme and the second one is endonuclease enzyme. So now, so for the completing of this entire biotechnology, so definitely three basic steps are required. First one, identification of DNA with a desirable gene, introducing of identified DNA in the host, and the third one is maintenance of introduced DNA in the host and the transfer of the DNA to its progeny. So likewise there are three basic steps over there. Now the tools concerned, so there are different types of tools are required in order to creation of recombinant DNA technological processes. Now restriction enzymes, polymerase enzymes, ligase enzymes, vectors and organisms. So now first one we are discussing about the restriction enzymes. So these restriction enzymes, in 1963 our scientists discovered two different types of enzymes which are responsible to the inhibiting the growth of bacteriophage which is present in the E. coli. Next one, what they have discovered, what they have given information now. So they have given one information. They have discovered one first restriction enzyme name is HIND2. First restriction enzyme name is HIND2. Next one, so here this particular HIND2 paper restriction enzyme. So they have been discovered the characters and they have isolated information after 5 years later. Next one, HIND2 cut only at specific locations, not only HIND2, each and every enzyme definitely cut at specific locations only. So such kind of specific locations we will be calling as recognition sequence. And for HIND2, what is a specific sequence? No, definitely that particular specific sequence has 6 base pairs. Now beside to the HIND2 nowadays, now till now how many number of restriction enzymes are there means So there are 900 restriction enzymes are there. So these 900 restriction enzymes now we have isolated from the 230 strains of bacteria. Next one here, what is information? Suppose if you take one EcoR1 is an example of restriction enzyme, so which has come from the Escherichia coli RY13. So this is one entirely name only. So now in this particular case E. So that is that indicates a genus, and co that indicates a species, and R here derived from the name of the strain, and one Roman letter. So that indicates that the order in which the enzymes were isolated from the strain of the bacteria. Next one, EcoR1 belongs to the large class. EcoR1 belongs to the large class. The class name is nuclease. So there restriction enzymes, there are two different types of restriction enzymes over there. One is exonuclease enzyme and one more is endonuclease enzyme. So exonuclease enzyme that cuts the DNA sequences only at the ends. So particular ends only, but whereas endonuclease that cuts at the specific locations and at middle of the DNA sequences. So likewise somewhat information. So I have given information regarding restriction enzymes. So still lot of information to be explained under restriction enzymes. So in a next video I will cover that particular information. So when you are going to see these particular videos, so try to concentrate, and when you will have interest to learn the new information, so that time only you try to see these videos. Suppose if you are not having interest, don't see these videos, so you cannot understand anything. So when you will have interest, so please that time only you try to watch these videos, so then only your knowledge will be increased on this concept. Thank you.